All right, here we go. This is a ranked? Did he say ranked? It is a ranked. Yes, 1v1 on Sandrim because Sandrim is in the matchmaking pool for 1v1 still. I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but you know, it's not as bad as certain other things, but still weird, right? Once again, ranked 1v1 on Sandrim between the blue player in the upper left, Makeshift in the Iron Hand Bomber, and the Carbon player in the bottom right. It is Atyla in the Void Osprey. Atyla, a very well-known Osprey player. I don't know if I've ever seen Atyla in not an Osprey. Both players going to go for their north-south posts first, which is pretty standard. Although Makeshift is splitting. Going to set some tanks over here to start clearing at top. And Atyla already taking the right side. Gonna start on the bottom, while yes, Makeshift splitting his focus. Gonna go for the left side with some units, leaving some tanks to clear over here. For when one creep going over. Atyla already gonna start working on the corner though, because these tanks will eventually knock this down, and creeps will eventually take this. So Atyla definitely knows exactly where to go, and how long, mech attention needs to be focused at any specific point in time before you can move on and go to the next corner. Atyla taking the right corner, top right corner, and Makeshift not taking the bottom left quite yet, but and Atyla definitely knows that because you can see the colors of the mini maps. You know who's taking what on your mini map already. So Makeshift now going to be able to grab that bottom left, and yes, I mean, this is a 1v1 on Sandrim, so usually those are either really fast or really slow. Pilot bunkering creeps. Makeshift coming to harass, and will be very annoying as a bomber, and oh, actually as a booster bomber, very interesting. Gonna set some heavy mines down here just in case Atyla decides to push out rather than ferry over, especially because this right here is not where you would drop units, so that those heavy mines, if anything, are in an anti-push position. But yes, this bomber is gonna be very annoying, especially as a booster bomber. I wonder if Makeshift brought radar guardians, or did he bring energy guardians? Obviously the boosters are not in this loadout, so I'm not really exactly sure. But going full bombs, full on, which is basically what you should do in today's meta. Dropping a couple creeps for a little bit of harass distraction, if you will. But it doesn't really do very much. Level 1 creeps are not very threatening in the least, unless accompanied by mech or other units. Again, just dropping, those are just feeding to to Atyla's right side. A couple tank station here in defensive position, and tons of units at the bottom for Atyla. 27 and 26, so very, very even, but okay, a couple ice cream buckies up for Makeshift. Gonna start working away at that top right corner, neutral side. Atyla unaware of that, and will eventually neutralize and clear all these units. If it's and it's Longhorn for some reason, stray Longhorn, while Makeshift bombs away at the bottom. So this is a very annoying fight for Atyla right now. As an Osprey, is probably fairly well equipped to deal with it, but it is still going to be extremely annoying nonetheless. Bomb, 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 and now we do have heavy mines going down by Atyla for this lane. At the top, did he put down all the heavy mines? I think so. Let's see. One, I can only see the one. Maybe there's another one over here somewhere. I thought he had multiple heavy mines. Okay, another one over here, I guess, in this vicinity, as I can see on the minimap somewhere. Yeah, right there. Jeez, very, very cloaked right there in grass. Kind of hard to see. But this is basically the only thing going on in the entire map right now, where as the bottom left only had, are gone now, but they only had creeps approaching here, and the Jackal will clear it fairly quickly. The bombing is going to be kind of annoying for Atyla, but as the Osprey is going to be able to keep up with the heal a decent amount, as long as there aren't too many units in the clump. I'm a little surprised not to see a generator down by Atyla. An Age is up for the Buckies, so very hard countering right now for the for this fight. Second heavy mine does get, does that get disarmed by bombs or by splash damage? Yeah, I guess it does. That is a weird mechanic to have. But I guess this heavy mine is staying unarmed because it continually gets hit by splash damage. So Atyla moving back a little bit. Nothing else. Again, nothing else on this map. Okay, a couple more heavy mines. That's where the other heavy mines went for Atyla on the bridge, because that is a dangerous thing that he does need to watch out for, just in case. But yeah, this is going to be a very, and this is kind of hard for Makeshift to approach. He has this very skinny lane, so he does not have the opportunity to spread wide. And Atyla almost losing a buster there, but does grab and heal it up, trying to position the busters in attacking positions so they do kill Buckies. One Bucky does go down, and the busters are staying alive due to Atyla's healing. Heavy mine getting moved back, but a turtle moved in front. Turtle moved in front for Atyla as well. Oh boy, this is literally everything that's happening right now, this whole game. And I guess this is kind of the peril of a 1v1 on Sandrim, because unless you are a Neo against like a Warthog or a Paladin or something like that, you're not really going to see too much, you know, all over the map harass. And right now we have a Bomber and an Osprey, not exactly the most mobile of the mechs. I guess you can kind of consider Bomber somewhere in the middle, where Osprey is towards the bottom. I think the only thing slower than Osprey are Angel and Paladin. But yeah, now Makeshift just bombing away like crazy. Atyla is now having a little bit difficulty keeping up, although the energy in the outpost is relatively topped off. Yeah, a generator would work wonders. I'm a little surprised to see no generator, and I'd love to see what's in loadout number 2, but can't do that quite yet, can I? But a lot of artillery firing in. 4 for Makeshift. If Atyla converted these all into mobile units, either could push in with a distraction unit in the back, because there's only 1, 2, 3 busters here, a Bucky, 2 Buckies, and 1 Longhorn. That's it. So, yeah, artillery or busters could be converted, and distraction unit could be thrown at the back. But now Makeshift is going to make a side push, or I guess a diagonal push, but it will get hit by those heavy mines. Oh boy, I'm pretty sure he doesn't see those coming, and there are no healing units in this clump to disarm. And Makeshift actually gets finished off by his Seeker, so this could be potentially very disastrous for Makeshift. Will these heavy mines go off? Will those tanks trigger it? They are on the bottom left side of this bridge, but 1 heavy mine does go off, and oh gosh, that's a lot of destruction. Only 2 out of the 5 Longhorn make it through. Makeshift now back to the fight, but forced to pull back a little bit due to that death, and another Bucky goes down. 56 to 47, so Atyla is comfortably ahead. Now does see the 2 Longhorn, not much of a threat. It's very easy to defend against such a small number. Makeshift with nothing in cargo, just gonna try to fly and save his Longhorn. Hilarious. Let's see, what the hell are these? These are just creeps, so that's just gonna be a single unit drop for Atyla to defend. But in the meantime, it does give Makeshift a little bit of an opportunity to bomb away. Very low on health, needs to get out of there before the Seeker missiles catch up to him, and does get back to his outpost before getting finished off, although it was very, very dangerously close, and I was a little bit nervous for him. 3 Butchers going down. Makeshift again low on health, but Atyla not trying to focus fire or follow, and the Butchers do get taken out fairly quickly by that Gaddy. So now it's just gonna be more bombing at this point. I mean, a little bit of a change up in the middle of the game right there, but now back to business as usual, it seems. The napalm getting crazy. Makeshift probably already has level 4 bombs. Indeed he does. Atyla has level 3 heal and level 2 heal Nova, and level 1 recover, I believe that's what it is, or whatever it's restore, whatever you want to call it. I guess call it what's named, right? But that's kind of still a little bit of a lame name, right? Restore. I feel like they could have been a little bit more creative in that ability naming. Longhorn being lost by Makeshift does save the other one. Only a single ratchet over here for Makeshift, but it does make sense because there are no artillery pouring in on his units or anything like that. And again, nothing on the rest of this map. Nothing happening at all. Eventually the creeps will clear this, I guess. But now back to the, quote, action. Yeah, 62 to 49. Atyla has basically all of his units over here and down here. Something can be done with these units. In fact, if he blindly pushed, I think he'd be able to clear this as long as Makeshift wasn't there to support. And if Makeshift wasn't there to support, he would not be here to support if he was actually down there. So Atyla could take advantage of this. Does have the unit, the upkeep advantage. But now 2 grinders down by Makeshift. Is he going to decide to push forward with them, or is he going to do a drop? Oh, 3 grinders for Makeshift. 49 to 64, but the funny thing is you have a slightly less units here at the top for Atyla because majority of Makeshift units are here, whereas Atyla's units I would say are split between here and here. I would say a little bit more here, but this is about 55 to 60% of Atyla's forces right now. Does that include the Aegis? It does look like it does include the Aegis, so a little bit weakened by that unit composition is Atyla. 1, 2, 3 Seekers. So if Makeshift does decide to move in, it will probably not be great news for Atyla, who is, what is he doing right now? Throwing down some Whoppers. Shit, of course. But now Makeshift does decide to move in. His artillery are blocking a lot of those tanks, so he really needs to start moving those out of the... Yeah, he has like 3 tanks back here not doing anything, but the grinders are going to do a ton of work. One grinder does go down. But yeah, bombing, so the bombing plus the unit fire might be a little bit too much for Atyla to handle. We shall see. The cooldown on the Heal Nova and the Restore, or the Overshield, I guess. Yeah, okay, continually applying the Overshield. Okay, so that was kind of almost an even exchange. I think Atyla came out with a little bit ahead due to the defensive nature of the positioning and the game in general, how things work. But another grinder, or at least that was a saved grinder down by Makeshift. 35 to 60 now, so yeah, Makeshift definitely lost a lot more than Atyla did. But the thing is here, with Makeshift continuing to apply the pressure, you know, being on the offensive, Atyla is really just forced to defend right now. And the Butchers go down, but only get 1 Seeker killed, I think. Oh no, that Longhorn. It was a Longhorn and it didn't even get killed. So the AoE from the bomber. There you go. So this is, geez, I think this is gonna be a torturously long game, I feel. And why it's happening right now, I don't know. Why is it happening? why Makeshift? Yeah, it's the same. It's just the same. It just keeps on being the same. I mean, there's so many things that any of these players could do. I mean, Makeshift with that bottom push. I mean, that would have worked fairly well if it was not for the heavy mines that Atyla put down. But, you know, a little bit of unit harass, make a couple light units and push them to the side, something like that. This is Sandrim. It's a big map full of opportunity. But both players are continuing and deciding to dedicate their entire lives right now to this top right fight. You could even call it that. Yeah, Atyla doing a great job of spreading, so Makeshift cannot really get that much work done with the bombs. Gonna drop a Gaddy at the back and just continue to bomb while the Gaddy does work. Gonna have to save it. Actually kind of low on health. Will Atyla follow? No. No, Atyla does not follow. But Makeshift does drop the Gaddy here. Okay, so that's, I would say, a better move than the first drop, because Atyla will either be forced to respond or lose the outpost. Either way, Makeshift will be able to take advantage, or will have an opportunity to take advantage of that potential weakness. And now Atyla does realize that right outpost has gone neutral, so Atyla's going to have to take care of the Gaddy and bring infantry to retake the post. And what will Makeshift do? Makeshift moves back. Makeshift moves back. Of course. Are you going to go across the bridge or something? No? Switching out. Okay, swapping out the artillery. Kind of realizing this is not working. So, yeah, switch out the artillery. Switch out the busters as well. If you're going to not do this mid-fight thing, then you might as well switch out your busters for more capable tanks. And Atyla realizing that, okay, if he's going to go back to this location, he can attack me on 2 different fronts, or at least have the avenues to do so. So now Atyla going to be recycling out some stuff for, I'm assuming he's going to start making late game units, Goliaths, Berthas, and of the sort and all that. Actually, level 9, isn't that Devastator level? I'm not really sure. Can't really see the late game units are probably in loadout number 2. Does do a little bit of a flyby. Mid not touched. Top defended enough. Left side. Did Atyla even look at left side? No, Makeshift going to chase him back to the right side. But whatever. Makeshift nullifying that overshield extremely easily with the bombs. And yes, a Bertha did go out. Oh, but selling it. Selling the Bertha for what purpose? What purpose could it possibly be? Is it really for a Longhorn? I doubt it. So Goliath's being brought out by Makeshift. So this is good. This is kind of a run-of-the-mill high-tier AirMech game without anything exactly special happening. We do have the, trade out lower tier units for the late game units. And another Goliath comes out for Makeshift. Is he now okay putting them all on follow? Okay. Oh, okay. Only to get them in the same spot. Great, great. I don't know how necessary that was. Is he... Oh, it would be interesting if he tried to use those bombs to look for mines. And he did see the mine right here. And I don't know if he saw this. Probably not. But where's he going to decide to take this to? He could actually take it to the right side even, because with the concentration of Goliaths... Okay, going to take it down here. But focusing on the units instead of a potential heavy mine. And actually getting taken down by the Gorgon. So. This... Oh, God. So, I think Atyla is going to move back for defense right now, instead of going out for the kill. And that is exactly it. Which is probably a good decision against a bomber at level 7 with level 4 bombs. But now Makeshift going to try to bomb these over here. And do the heavy mines do damage? Okay, one grinder got killed, and there is 2 more heavy mines, one here and one here. This force moving down, Makeshift gonna come and bomb. Okay, another heavy mine getting taken out, or not getting taken out, but going off. Makeshift basically suiciding in Atyla's units, but Atyla getting killed by a goalie himself. So now it's just all up to the units to duke it out right now, where both players told each set of units to stop right abouts here, which is kinda hilarious. Atyla getting back to the battlefield first, as it was closer to his outpost, and I think he died first. But now Makeshift going to move back. Oh, now just going to set them on attack. All right, that is what I like to see. And now ferrying another Goliath as well to the fort. Going to drop it here for distraction purposes. Really low on health. Needs to land in Q heal just to get himself out of there. Needs to get back to... Oh, actually set them on capture. Oh, that is very, very different. Makeshift goes down, but he has an overwhelming force over here. Oh, man, I could have sworn he set those on attack, but setting them on capture is almost better. Lots of Goliaths will be almost impossible for Atyla to deal with. Even these butchers aren't really going to get that much done because it takes a lot to kill a Goliath. And there are 2 ratchets over here that will be able to keep these goalies in a decent state. Probably not going to die. And enough creeps go down such that it allows Makeshift to grab the outpost under his control. And Atyla finally using the units at the bottom, probably sending these on attacks to actually get them all the way over here. Or all the way over here without having to do a follow move. But Makeshift now moving out himself. Gonna start bombing anything that Atyla puts down. And gonna start pumping out, okay, a Tesla tower to guard the post itself. And these units, Makeshift is 100% unaware of them. 100% unaware right now. So as far as Makeshift is concerned, probably in his mind, he's got this game in the bag. He's got this game in the bag. So many goalies. So many goalies, just needs to do a little bit of repositioning, but little does he know that in about 5 seconds, all of these tanks will hit his fort, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4 Longhorn and 2 Seekers. So Makeshift can probably survive this if he does decide to go back and defend. These units have not been set on attack. So he is going to go defend with level 4 creeps, which are actually fairly decently strong. But Atyla is here to reposition. Nothing on the high ground quite yet, but going to do 1 round of repositioning. Going to put some on the corners, which don't really matter for a Longhorn. Going to put some units at the top, but it's actually the 2 Seekers, so that doesn't work out too well. Atyla almost out of energy. Now, the Longhorn are not really being blocked. And once again, Makeshift's goalies are still just sitting there instead of being set on attack, which actually might have been able to get the finish at this point of the game, because there are not many. There's only 4 Longhorn here to defend. So Makeshift going to be able to clean this up. He's at about a third or a quarter of his health, give or take. And Atyla, I think right now needs to be in desperation mode and needs to start considering doing a lot of ferrying, maybe a double ferry to a temporary position, so he can have more units at the same time. Makeshift is just probably What is he gonna do? Is he really going for that corner right now? Is he really going for that corner? He is, and he does see these units now coming. Are they gonna be on attack or capture? I think they are on capture. No, they're on attack. These units are on attack. They will not go into the outpost, so Makeshift has a lot of time to bomb these. Whereas Atyla is now going to start dropping at the corner, not on the top, not on the ledge for some reason, not retrieving the units that he has coming. Okay, now finally doing it, but Makeshift has killed the majority of them, and Atyla is actually pretty low on health, needs to get back to an outpost before he gets finished off, needs to land a Q heal, and okay, who barely gets out of there, barely escapes that, but Makeshift is taking a lot of damage here. Uncontested tanks, well, contested by a single level 4 creep, and there you go. Now we'll be able to get this Longhorn drop cleaned up. But Atyla with a good amount of tanks over here. And they're pretty much at full health. Will Makeshift be able to defend against this? He needs to. Okay, it does have a blocking goalie. But Atyla with 3 Longhorn, that's a lot of play to be able to get a good surround and prevent a proper block without a lot of, a good amount of units over here for Makeshift. And Makeshift going to be able to clean up again. But Atyla brought Makeshift down to like 5% health. One more drop should do it. Makeshift is 1 outpost away from sending these goalies on a death push, but still has not done it. Decided instead to go for this outpost with a single Goliath, which I guess it did work. But Atyla, okay, now with level 4 creeps, Makeshift catches him in the act. Will he be able to defend against all these Goliath? And I don't think he will. What other units does he have? He wasted all of those Longhorn. Or I don't know about wasted, but he used up all of his Longhorn over here. Heavy mines do go down. Will they be armed in time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. And I don't think they will be. Oh, they are! They are armed in time! Will Makeshift be... Will these Goliaths survive? Makeshift gonna be dropping on the... No, not on the ledge, but on the side as well. Will he be... No, he's not getting a surround. And a good amount of those goalies have been killed. But... Oh, Atyla going down. And Makeshift not even needing to get a decent surround on Atyla. And this finish was achieved, I think, 3 or 4 minutes too late. Almost got finished off by Atyla there. Oh my god, 10 times more damage dealt by that AirMech. But only about 3.5 times more units killed. Oh man, I don't know what to say about that one. I don't know what to say about that one. That one was weird. That top fight lasted 10 minutes, and neither of them let up until they hit late game level. Neither of them. So, I mean, you can't really blame them. You can't really blame them for that kind of game. Sure, it was not the most exciting for a good amount of time. The last part, this last couple minutes was decent. I'll give them that. It was pretty exciting. But you can't really blame them for continuing the fight that they started and not changing their minds. You know, the first one to back down is the first one to give ground. So I completely get it. Waiting for the opportunity, for the ability to switch out to Goliaths does make sense. But it was just a lot of the same for a while. But yeah, I think Atyla might have been able to take that if he decided to drop on the ledges behind the fort instead. Grab like the 2 seekers and grab those pretty quick. But accidentally grabbed those and put those on the ledge. That was kind of unfortunate. Maybe if they were the 2 Longhorn, this game would have been a little bit different. I don't know if that would have been able to get the finish, but it would have been a lot closer, obviously. So very interesting game. Probably worth another look at some sections, but appreciate Makeshift for this submission. So guys, if you want to send in your replays, please do so. RUI, and that is game. See you next time.